Hi, I'm Jessica with Electra, and in this week's Variety Flash, I'm going to show you how I do my everyday 10-minute makeup. So it might not look like much, but this makeup is for every day, in an office setting, not for camera. So it doesn't look like I have a ton on, but for an everyday setting, for 10 minutes or less, when you need to get out the door and you need your makeup to last all day, I've found this to be my perfect kind of combination. Also, I would like to say welcome back to me because this is actually the first time I've filmed anything since before my surgery 5 weeks ago. I had hip surgery and I was on crutches for 3 weeks, and then I graduated to this fancy cane that I blinged out, obviously. I'm glad to be back. It's just, it's very uncomfortable to sit long enough to film anything, and personally, I know this should not be anywhere on my radar because I'm really, really thankful that the surgery went well and I'm healing really quickly. But I'm so pale. So I've had to figure out how to make all of my makeup work for me until I can start self-tanning again every week. I can't reach my legs quite yet. And again, really self-tanning is not one of my priorities right now. So with that said, I know when I put on my foundation, it does look a little dark, and usually if I'm showing any of this area, I bronze it up. But just keep that in mind, and I'm going to show the video now. It's about 10 minutes, 9 minutes and 47 seconds to do my makeup from start to finish. It's condensed down to 1.5 minutes, and then if you want to stay tuned afterwards, I'll talk about everything I use. But either way, I'm glad to be back, and thanks for sticking with me over the past month and a half, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Okay, so that was my 10-minute makeup routine, and I just want to show you, this is kind of what I have going on right now. My day job, I'm in public relations. This Electra Lane thing is kind of more of a passion project, something that I enjoy doing. In my everyday life, I need to get out the door pretty quickly. So this is what I have kind of come up with, less than 10 minutes, and I can make this I can kind of customize it. Like if I really need to get out the door, throw on the foundation, eyeliner, mascara, some bronzer, lip gloss, and that's less than 5 minutes. But what I just use my fingers, and I applied the La Mer, the Treatment Fluid Foundation in number 12 Sand. This is my absolute favorite foundation for every day. And again, this is my normal color, and I'm much, much more pale right now. The next thing I use is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer in Neutral Medium. I just found this, and it is the most amazing product I've ever found because it really covers up my dark circles, and it stays on all day and doesn't dry my skin out, so it's amazing. This is the NARS Translucent Crystal Powder. I just applied that, let's see, with my Wayne Goss number 14 brush. It's really fluffy, and I apply it just sort of around the concealer, on my eyelids, on my eyebrows, because that helps everything stick. and just sort of around a little bit where I was going to be putting bronzer next, so it doesn't skip or stick when I put on the bronzer. I just use my MAC Brune, whatever, B-R-U-N, eyeshadow with the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12. I think it's the number 12. Number 2 or number 12 brush, and it's great because it has a little spoolie on the end, just saves time. And if I have time or if I remember, I put some gel through it too, but I didn't do that today. This is one of my favorite new products. It's from the NARS Spring line, and it's the shadow, their double, what is it called? Dual Intensity eyeshadow in Kari. And it's this beautiful kind of pinky, mauvey, purpley color. I use it on my crease and just sort of on my lid, just sort of everywhere as a base shade a little bit. And then I go back in with my favorite MAC eyeshadow, All That Glitters. And I just put that on with my finger, kind of on the lid, and blended it into the inner corner of the Kari. And then I went in with NARS Galapagos, which is this really pretty brown. And I used my, oh, by the way, I used the Sigma E40 brush for the Kari just to get it all over the place. And then I went in with the MAC 224 and the Galapagos, and I put that, as you saw, just kind of out on the outside and blended that up. And then I came back in with the Sigma E40 and just blended all of that together and sort of blended it up to make everything look nice and soft. I'm really liking NARS lately, if you can't tell, because I'm using a lot of their products. So this is the NARS eyeshadow in New York. It's one of my favorite shadows. And the MAC 228 brush, this little tiny brush, just to apply the color underneath instead of a liner. And I'll be talking about this next month, but I use the Chanel Stilo You Waterproof long-lasting eye pencil in Cassis, which is kind of a dark eggplant shade. Not my favorite product. I use my Billy B eyelash curler and my NARS Audacious mascara. My blush and bronzer combination is pretty new. I use the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I have been wanting to try this for years and years and years, and I've just now kind of got around to it, which is very strange, but I really like it as a bronzer. I don't like it to contour, but I do like it as a bronzer because for my skin, which has a lot of yellow neutral undertones, it's very kind of golden. So I really, really like that in a bronzer instead of being orangey or red. And I applied it with my MAC, I think this is 138 or 136, I can't tell, but it's this really nice domed fluffy brush that lets you kind of get right in wherever you need to. And then I followed up with, again, another NARS product from their spring line, which I'm absolutely in love with because it's kind of cool toned, but it still looks good on warm skin. This is their blush in Impassioned. It's very similar to the MAC Well Dressed blush, which is one of my favorites. And I use the MAC 188 brush, which needs cleaned, to apply it and really blend it into my bronzer. Okay, so then I contoured my nose, very important for me. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills contour powder in Fawn, and I'm not sure what shade this is, but it's just kind of a shimmery product. And I used the It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe No Tug Dual Eyeshadow number 5 brush to contour, and then this in to kind of highlight my nose. Then my favorite step is I applied my makeup Forever Lift Concealer in number 3, just kind of in this V part to really highlight and brighten around my mouth and my lips and a little bit on my forehead to just highlight, brighten. It kind of acts as a double barrier for the concealer, and because I already put down a thin layer of powder, I don't have to repowder, and it stays locked without getting that heavy crepey look. I love doing that. And then, of course, NARS Lip Gloss and Chelsea Girls, my all-time favorite lip color. And the Glossier Soothing Face Mist Rose Water Spray is what I use to set my makeup. I just really like this spray if I'm feeling especially dry, or I like to take it with me to work kind of as a refresh, or if you really need to lock in your makeup and you want to do several layers. So let's say you do your foundation, then a spray, then a powder, then a spray. If you use a lot of sprays with a really locking product like the Urban Decay All Nighter, which I love, it can tend to get a little dry. So when you spray a lot, if you use a little bit more of a hydrating product, it seems to make the makeup really, really glow while it's also helping it last all day. So that's my everyday makeup routine currently. I really like it, and I hope you did too. So stay in touch with me and follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and obviously here on YouTube, and I will see you soon.